The San Francisco 49ers demolished the New York Jets on Monday night, despite superstar Christian McCaffrey missing the game. And even if he's out for a couple weeks, the Niners are still a wrecking ball in the NFC.
Go! 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 Oh.
You asked for it and we delivered. It's Fan Friday, and you, the fans, chose today's topic for Point of View. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know which injury you think is the easiest to overcome for their team. I debated with Puka Nacua down south in LA, but I can't lie. Jordan Mason was unbelievable in his starting debut on Monday, and I have no worries for that squad going forward. But let's back it up a bit first. Christian McCaffrey was expected to be ready for the 49ers opener at Levi Stadium before he was a very late scratch that has caused quite a bit of uproar in the fantasy and gambling world. But that's neither here nor there. CMC has dealt with lower body injuries for a lot of his career, and this particular injury was nothing to mess with. Achilles tendonitis can be the beginning of the end for a player, so keeping him out was the smart move. And it proved to be smarter than I'd imagined, as Jordan Mason didn't skip a beat as a replacement for the best skill position player in the league. But that's just the Niners' way at this point, isn't it? Led by an elite offensive line headlined by the newly extended Trent Williams, Mason ran all over a New York defense that is projected to be among the best in the NFL this season. He accumulated 147 yards on the ground and a score in a 32-19 beatdown of the New Look Jets, and frankly, he made it look easy. I mean, it was basically 8 yards or more every time he touched the ball with all the space he was working with. It started in the first quarter with plays like this, where Mason isn't touched until he gains nearly 10 yards. And the dominance made it all the way to the fourth quarter, as evidenced by this run, where Mason only has to break an arm tackle before gaining nearly 25 yards. The undrafted third-year back out of Georgia Tech averaged 5.3 yards per carry, and 5 of his 28 attempts went for 11 yards or more. And that's not including a 17-yard touchdown run that was taken off the board due to a questionable holding call. Here's head coach Kyle Shanahan discussing his starting back's performance post-game.
I thought he runs like he always does. I mean, when you get him the ball, he breaks tackles, usually gets more than we block for. When we had the good lanes, he always hit them and got a bunch, but JP was awesome today.
Awesome is possibly an understatement considering the workload put on him. Not only was CMC out, but Elijah Mitchell was put on season-ending IR in late August, leaving only rookie fourth-round pick Isaac Guerendo and recently signed Patrick Taylor as the other options for Monday night. Those two combined for a grand total of 0 offensive snaps. And even if those two need to get more involved going forward to give Jordan Mason a break here and there if CMC remains unavailable, I don't think there's any question that they won't have much of a problem winning games. Before we get more into that, here are the results of this week's poll question. Thanks to everyone who voted, and look out for another question on Monday. Okay, back to the Niners. Of course, McCaffrey makes it that much easier to win games, but this provides an opportunity to see what the other guys can contribute. And even if Mason and the backfield can't keep up this type of production, they inked Brandon Ayuk to a new deal and still have all their usual weapons to keep the offense humming. Oh, and 4 of their next 5 games are against the Vikings, Patriots, Cardinals, and Seahawks. That's not exactly murderer's row on the schedule, so while Shanahan says McCaffrey is week to week and isn't worried about an IR stint, easing him back into the offense as he heals up for a long season shouldn't be a problem. And the man himself didn't seem too concerned. Here's what CMC had to say about what he told Mason after the game.
Congratulated him. We got a special room, and he's right there in the play, and someone who's going to help our team a lot this year. So I'm happy he's in our room and super happy for him.
Seems like the vibes are the same as always in Santa Clara. And while it might affect your fantasy team, the 49ers themselves are going to be just fine as CMC builds back up. And the 49ers aren't just making the right moves on offense. For more on why Leonard Floyd is the best offseason signing, check out this POV from before the season. Enjoy the weekend, and we hope to find you here again next week.